We have a new 76ers arena update to get to here on today's show. You're watching 76ers Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Hope everybody's having a great week and you're getting set to have an awesome weekend. Philadelphia's mayor, Cheryl Parker, announcing an agreement with the 76ers to build a new arena in Center City, Philadelphia. Here was her tweet. She also held a press conference as well, and she said, "As your mayor, I'm speaking from City Hall with a very important announcement. I'm very proud to share that I have made my decision and an agreement has been reached to ensure that our Sixers are staying home. I wholeheartedly believe that this is the right deal for the people of Philadelphia. To the people of Chinatown, please know that I hear you. We have the best Chinatown in the United States, and I am committed to working together to support it. I'll have a lot more to say in a formal presentation coming soon." We always knew this is going to be the case. This is a new mayor especially, and now the city of Philadelphia is going to get an influx of money, a lot of traffic, new shops, new bars, new restaurants. This was always going to be the case. We could have talked about the idea of the 76ers going to New Jersey, and we did. We also discussed the idea of the state of Delaware trying to bring them to Wilmington. Look, the New York Giants can play in New Jersey, but New York and the landscape of it is different than the city of Philadelphia. The 76ers were never crossing the river to go to New Jersey. It just makes more sense for this arena to be in Philadelphia. Now, where does it make sense for the arena to be? South Philly, in the iconic great sports complex, or in Center City, which is going to be very difficult to get to? I'm still going to side with improving the sports complex. I think it's incredibly unique, and that's where I think the arena should be. This is a good tweet from Kevin Kincaid of Crossing Broad, friend of the show. Really love what he does on crossingbroad.com, so be sure to check his work out and everything that Crossing Broad has to offer. What happens next? Sixers lawyers draft the legislation. Councilman Squilla introduces it. Council president refers to council committee. If legislation comes out of committee approved, then full council votes twice. Then it's to the mayor for the signature. And if it gets to the mayor's desk, she's going to sign it. She could say, "Chinatown, I hear you. We have the best Chinatown in the United States." It's not going to stop the city of Philadelphia from building this arena, and Joshua Harris has wanted this to happen the entire time. That's why he tried to increase the leverage of the arena being built in New Jersey. Leverage, leverage, leverage. It's always used at the disposal during a type of contract negotiation or a $1 billion deal. What this means for Philadelphia, starting in 2031, they'll have a brand new arena of their own. Not with the Philadelphia Flyers. It will be theirs. And when other events happen at the arena, they don't have to worry about that. They can filter their own events through their own arena. And from a business standpoint, it makes sense. Now, I think that Joshua Harris is a little bit of a fraud. He owns a team in Philadelphia. He owns a team in New Jersey. He owns a team outside of the nation's capital, but the dude has a lot of dough, so he's able to do stuff like this. So scheduling becomes easier. It's more revenue for Philadelphia, and they can host those other events. So chime in. Do you support the 76ers building this new arena? I do. I just don't like it being in Center City. That's just me. It's going to look nice. It's going to be cool. It's going to be different. It's going to improve that area of the city, no doubt, but I have my reservations. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. That'll be the pinned comment on today's 76ers Now. So if you get hit with that YouTube ad break, just scroll on down and let us know how you're feeling about this controversial topic. Next up as part of this conversation, some concerns do still remain over the impact on Chinatown, travel, parking. All of that needs to obviously be addressed because there are a lot of nuances to that. And if the Sixers do go to Center City, it's the end of an era. For those of you who have never been to a Sixers game, let me just give you some insight. There are not a lot of cities across the entire United States or in the world who can say that all of their 4 professional sports teams play within a mile of one another. That's what the sports complex offers the city of Philadelphia and its great sports fans. You have Lincoln Financial Field here, you have Citizens Bank Park up top, and then you have the Wells Fargo Center, which houses the 76ers and the Flyers. as you can see, there is still plenty of room here to build another arena here. And there's been some chatter about the Sixers, the Phillies and the Eagles making this an entertainment hub where they put some apartments, more bars, more restaurants here. This is a little bit of an outdated photo, I believe, because I'm not sure that it shows Xfinity Live, because I actually think that could be the Spectrum from way back in the day, or maybe Veterans Stadium before it was knocked down. But the point here being an incredibly cool atmosphere for Philadelphia and its sports fans, and that's no longer going to be the case. And Jason Kelce is on my side. And when Jason Kelce is on my side, I like where I'm at because he ripped Sixers ownership and where this arena is going. We're going to talk about that coming up here in just a moment. But first, today's 76ers Now, brought to you by our friends at Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike on other apps on Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and you watch the winnings roll in. So get in on the daily action with your friends and become a part of the Prize Picks community today. You sign up today, you get $50 instantly. When you play $5, you don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. We have some Sixers picks that we really like for the upcoming basketball season. Tyrese Maxey, let's go more than 2.8 3-pointers made for the season average. Joel Embiid, more than 32.1 points per game. And then Victor Wembanyama, more than 24.7 points per game on average. I think he's going to be way above that number. I love how he looked against Team USA in that gold medal game for France. So pick more, pick less, pick Prize Picks today. Head to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS. You get $50 when you play 5. Okay, Jason Kelce ripping the Sixers, and I know that he is a Philadelphia Eagles legend, but he's become a city icon as well. He talked about Sixers ownership, the arena going to Center City, moving out of the sports complex, and he said all of this on WIP. I would prefer it stays in South Philly, unquestionably. In 10 years, all of this is going to be different. We're probably really happy that there's this beautiful complex that is developed down there, and it's a thriving part of the city. But right now, I really hate it. They're strong-arming the city. What do? Do you risk losing the Sixers? It just sucks. The ownership group isn't Philadelphian. He's got a New Jersey Devils team, Philly team, and a Washington team, and now they're forcing the city to do what this guy wants, and it sucks. Part of this growing up was from my experience in Cleveland, and I lost a football team for 3 years. I just don't think that that's the amount of disrespect towards the citizens that allow you to have this team, and that I don't think is appropriate. So, Jason Kelce grew up in Ohio, and the Ohioans lost the Cleveland Browns to Baltimore, and the Browns left to become the Ravens. And then the Browns did come back, and they got their football team back, but it was a dissimilar situation, but something along the same lines. And I said some of the same stuff earlier. Like, look, this arena right here, it's really cool. It's going to look awesome. To have this downtown Center City hub, it's going to change the complexion of that area of the city. And I think the city of Philadelphia could use a little bit of that. Now, obviously, it becomes controversial when you enter the political realm because you're going to displace people. You're going to affect Chinatown. There is going to be gentrification, but there's been gentrification in Fishtown. There's been gentrification in Northern Liberties. There's gentrification in North Philadelphia. Like, unfortunately, that's sometimes what happens when you try to build up an area of the city that has not been great as far as aesthetics, as far as crime, as far as the overall area. And, that area of Center City doesn't deal with the crime problems of North Philadelphia. But when you put an arena there, in my travels around the country, it is really cool. Like, the Pacers play right downtown, and that area of the city is awesome. You can do so much before and after the game. You don't have the classic tailgating, which we're known to be famous for. It's a different feel. It's a different vibe. It's a little bit more luxurious for sure. So it's definitely different, and different is hard to get adjusted to. But it's going to be cool. There are obviously going to be detractors and there are going to be people who are not pleased with this. But when you go to the arena, you're going to walk in and you're going to be like, Chip, this is pretty damn cool. So your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, look, just sort of my thoughts when I heard that this was moving forward a little bit and being approved. I was honestly a little surprised that it happened because, just a week or two ago, we were talking about how there were all these problems that they found when they were looking into the new plan that they were going to have to solve when they did their research into it, parking and, all the stuff that Chase mentioned, that there were all these problems. And then the Jersey stuff comes out. Oh, they're going to move to Jersey. They're going to move to Jersey. And now all of a sudden it's done. So it just seems to me like, the Sixers ownership was like trying to move past these problems. Or like, okay, I see all these issues. Let's just put pressure on them, say we're going to move to Jersey, and so we can get this done. Like, as Kelce said, like, it's not going to make a lot of your residents feel great when it kind of feels like you were just trying to, as he said, just strong arm them and just try to get it done ASAP. But look, we're obviously a long ways away from this arena being built and opening up in 2031. A lot of things can change between now and then. A lot of things can happen, with the area and what their plans are for the stadium and for all the issues that have arisen. So, there's going to be a lot of reactions right now and a lot of people having opinions and things to say. But again, it's a long time for them to actually get this thing in motion and to actually officially get it approved and whatnot and get everything started in construction. So, but look, I would have loved for them. I agree with you, Chase, to stay in the sports complex. I think it's just, going to games there as a kid, it's like just so special and so unique.
Yeah.
And, you're going to lose a little bit of it now. I get the Sixers wanting their own place, not just renting out the Wells Fargo Center and sharing it and whatnot. So it makes sense from their perspective. But look, it's happening, and I just hope that everything all ends up working out for the best.
Yeah, during heated contract negotiations, and we see this in sports, we see this in high-level business, if you can up and increase that panic meter, if you can cause some drama and some controversy, again, I go back to that word, it's about leverage, right? So the leverage from Joshua Harris and the 76ers and the ownership group that's trying to get this arena built downtown, it's like, let's threaten them. We're going to go to New Jersey. We're going to entertain the Delaware offer. Let's put pressure on the city. And that's part of the strong arm type of statement that Jason Kelce was talking about. Don't forget to hit that sub button right here on 76ers Now. We're closing in on 20,000 subscribers. Can't wait to get there.